Hello everybody, welcome back to Zero Tolerance TV. ZT back once again, finally. Been having some slight technical issues, and by that I mean I had a worn-out fan that I've been waiting to replace, which was screaming at me. So it's kind of hard to record when all you hear in the background is yeah, it wasn't a good situation. So it's here. I've installed it. It sounds great. Hopefully you can't hear it at all. And I'm just really happy to be back. Kind of left off at the beginning of the series there, so hopefully no one's been waiting too much in suspense for this game. It's going to be a little loud, so excuse me as I turn that down. This is HanbitSoft OSL. I did actually look into it. I saw... okay, I lost the... I lost the playlist I was using, so I had to look through it. Apparently, this one started with Group B, so... And yeah, right there it says Group B. So, this is going to be Kingdom, who won the 2003 OSL I casted versus Starboy, who I think has been in 2 of the first 3 here. Kingdom versus Boxer was what we watched last time. And yeah, Boxer, I think Boxer won that game. It's been a while since I watched. Now, do you think this is an island map? And so we're going to be skipping forward. I actually don't know what this one is called. I'll have to figure that out. But it is going to be a Zerg vs Protoss on an island map, so I expect we're going to see some Mutalisks and Corsairs. Those seem like good units here. Although I think a lot of Zergs... Okay, yeah, we are looking. And this does look like it. There is... maybe it's not a total island map. No, it looks like those mains are blocked in, so you have to get drops to get out. Or be Terran, that works too. that would get you to your expansion. So yeah, a lot of times on island maps, I saw this a lot on Paradox. Like, Zergs will just go Hydras because they know that Protoss is going to get Corsairs, and that kind of makes sense too, so... I guess maybe not so likely to see Mutalisks. They tend to use a lot of Hydras with drops. It seems not good. I'm not a huge fan of island maps in general. Paradox, while it did have some fun games, also led us down a sort of degenerate path. Like, we saw Terrans off-racing his Protoss there, rush carriers. It's like, maybe this isn't a great map if players are off-racing here, because it's... kind of rough for Terran. But we'll see what goes on here. There is no Terran, so no one has decided to off-race here. It's like maybe the probes can actually get out of the main, I think. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, okay, so we had to cut forward. There we go. Oh, yellow is Zerg. Sure. Oh, I'm not actually sure. Did we have a cut forward? Maybe you just can scout on this map. I have no idea. I think it might be a situation like where there's those mineral patches with something for the workers to mineral walk over top of. Greencasters seem to be excited about something, so I'm not sure what building that was, but actually, is this a tech building? Yeah, there's just a spawning pool. It's getting scouted here, second hatch in main, just for some macro, and a pretty brazen expansion from Kingdom. If this is a map where Zerglings can just run to your base, which I'm kind of starting to think it is a map like that, so maybe this isn't an island at all. That's pretty dangerous, and we do see Lings hatching now. I feel like I should know who that is, but I don't. Cannons are started though, and yeah, that one's gonna finish before the Lings get here. One cannon you can run past, 2 you can definitely not run past, especially with only 6 Zerglings without speed. So we'll see what Starboy's decision is gonna be. I think Kingdom is just gonna hold this. Let's see, the probe not quite caught there, does manage to slip out. So not blind, but only seeing these 6 lings. It looks like more on the way. On the minimap, you can see some units moving. So this is going to be some sort of ling attack, I think. It's going to be tough. 2 cannons. If Kingdom can pull his probes in time and block the lings from running past, he'll definitely hold. 2 cannons just killed Zerglings so fast, and now a gateway going down and a 3rd cannon. So this attack has to happen soon if it has any chance at working, and even then I'm not so sure it is going to be that good, but we're moving in. The Zerglings are running past and actually just run right by. Ooh, actually, cannon on the high ground is pretty good. Now, good number of lings do get to run in here, but I'm not sure how much damage they can get done. We're going to see. There is a ramp up into the main, but it's quite a walk. Another cannon in the main being made. Okay, these things can actually hit the Nexus. Kind of shoddy probe micro so far from Kingdom, losing one right away, kind of for no reason, but he does need to stop these lings from actually killing the Nexus. It doesn't really matter if it takes damage. I don't think he wants to actually fight. Another probe does go down. He just kind of wants to distract the lings until his cannon finishes, which I do think can cover this. Oh, probe's kind of surrounding the lings. Actually, the lings are just going all in on this Nexus. Oh my god, Starboy puts everything in there, and the Nexus is saved in the red HP. That cannon finished just in time. I think with that, Starboy is basically dead. He committed so much to this attack, and it really didn't get too much done. He did kill some probes, but really just going that hard for the Nexus and not getting it is super punishing for him. It's like speed is finished here, and a hatch going down over by Kingdom's base. More lanes being popped out, so I guess Starboy is not going to try to transition into a macro game here. Maybe the plan could be to build some sunken colonies. We're back to that again. It's been a while since I cast it. It's still going to be called spine crawlers for a bit, apparently. Oh no, this is not it. He definitely will not win out with that attack. Bunch of lings die for free, and I think Kingdom's actually going to scout that hatchery with this probe. We'll see. Yeah, he does see it, so he has to be a little suspicious about that. I think he's basically figured out that Starboy does not have a transition given how many lings are here. I'm kind of surprised Starboy even made the hatchery at his natural. I don't see how he's going to have the economy to take advantage of it. This is back before chairs were invented, maybe. I think actually some of them were sitting down. Looked like everybody was standing for a second. Kind of an unnecessary expansion here from Kingdom, but honestly he's so far ahead I don't think it matters. And Starboy says, well, I guess I'm gonna go lair. Maybe after throwing away all those lings and not killing the Nexus, and then attacking again and losing a bunch more lings and not killing the Nexus, I can just accidentally win somehow. Is basically his plan here. And we do see the creep colonies going down here, so there's going to be sun colonies pushing the front. I really doubt that he's going to build a bunch of spores and like try to wall Kingdom in. Now Kingdom is going double Stargate, so spores might be good. Still, it's going to be a lot of Corsairs made to kill Overlords and stuff like that, so even, yeah, it's going to be a sunk push at the front, I would have to think. I want to see what the tech choice is from Starboy. He definitely needs to start that soon. Time is definitely of the essence here. It could just be drops, I guess. Maybe, yeah, I don't think drops are going to go super well. There's cannons in the main already. There's 2 there. Obviously, the front is very difficult to assault. 2 gateways with cannons behind them, plus some zealots to plug the holes. It's basically not something you can attack with lings. Okay, a Hydra Den. So, lurkers. This is pretty late, though. You should have built this Hydra Den earlier if it is lurkers. They were just to the point where he needs to be fast as possible to maybe get something in here. Maybe it's a lurker drop. Yeah, I think drops are going to finish too early for that to make sense, though. He's not going to have lurker in time to actually take advantage of drops as soon as he can. First Corsair is out now. Going to start hunting down these overlords as well. I guess it might actually be spore colonies. over at the quick shot. I think that's Kingdom supply. Yeah, this is Kingdom. Floating 700 minerals and 300 gas, by the way. Like, macro much? Anyway, criticizing players from 2001 for floating resources seems pretty stupid. But, oh wow, actually some lings have been, I guess they must have been dropped in and they're trying to kill off this Nexus. They do get it, but they're all dead. And Kingdom has 2 other bases that are already mining, so this is annoying for him, but certainly not the end of the world. And the follow-up drop is going to be even more difficult now with more cannons warping in. They're going to be up to 6 in the main. I mean, lurkers are good, but are they that good? Is this triple robo? Sorry, I think that must not be a 3rd robo above one of them. There's actually a sport crawler here, but mostly sunken colonies to, I guess, defend this hatchery position. I'm a little confused. He's not really pushing the front. Nice little win there for Starboy getting one of those Corsairs, though. Alright, shuttle popped out. Yeah, this is triple robo. What the fuck? This is so strange. He's going to push so many Reavers out. It's going to be insane how fast they come out. Three robo? Is that really necessary? I don't know, man. Also, a 4th base. He's saying, you know, this Zerg is on 2 base. I need to be at least double my opponent is. Look at all that gas, too. I wonder what his plan is to use that gas on. Generally, Zerg is limited basically just by gas, really. Pylon's finishing, so we should see some cannons go up over at that, 4th base pretty soon. The Nexus in the main is refinished, so fully mining there. They're dropping lings into the main, but I really just don't see what they can get done against all these cannons. He's going to try to get some probes and actually will catch this probe line, but not killing any of them. Kind of a wasted opportunity there. Now, the natural, or 3rd base, I guess is what this is, kind of undefended. Only 1 cannon actually finished, but there are probes here to fight. And honestly, Kingdom has so many probes, he can definitely lose a few to these Zerglings. It's not a big deal. The Assimilator is under assault here, so maybe he can pick that off. That would be helpful for him, but not the end of the world. As we saw, Kingdom was floating quite a few resources. Reaver dropped out to deal with these lings. They're going to try to kill it, but I've played through the campaign enough times to know how that fight works out. 4 lings left from that little drop force. Really not a huge amount of damage here. I think he killed, actually didn't kill anything. So this is 4 robo facility. Is he just DMing at this point? Like 2 is enough. I've never seen 4 robo facility in a pro game before. This is amazing. I guess this is just part of the joy of watching these older games, is you just see stuff that doesn't necessarily make any sense. Now, okay, so Starboy's maybe trying to contain Kingdom. The problem for him is that Kingdom is expanding with shuttles, and Starboy really cannot even attack those bases. Like, if Kingdom puts 4 cannons, 5 cannons at a base, and has some Corsairs, which he obviously does, he should be able to defend and at least trap units. Okay, this is a nice move here. Kingdom didn't do a very good job of having detection over the left side of this Nexus. The problem is there's Reavers and, I'm assuming, Observers that are out already. So these Lurkers, you know, they might get some probe kills. They might even kill off that Nexus if they're super lucky, but where does it go from there? They're going to get cleaned up. It's a huge gas investment. And so what? You killed some minerals, you delayed mining, but Kingdom already has double your bases. I don't see how this gets Starboy back in. It might actually just be kind of wasteful. We'll see how much damage he can actually get done, though. Still picking off. Yeah, he's just shooting this Nexus. It's got shields still. Where are the Observers? That's my question. Where are the Observers and the Reavers? Like, what are you building out of these robo facilities, if not the units that they build? Like, there's 1 shuttle, 2 shuttles and 4 reavers? How long has he had 4 robo? It's been forever. Observatory is done, so he's going to be able to get an observer out. Looks like he actually didn't have one for a long time. Using a zealot to AoE the lurkers a little bit, but they get loaded into an overlord. I still just don't think it matters. It's still just not going to be very impactful at the end of the day. As long as Kingdom has this good of an economy, and Starboy really just still doesn't, he's finally taking a 3rd gas, it's not going to matter. Lurkers or whatever just doesn't do anything. Now, this base is actually kind of vulnerable, so if Starboy did drop some lurkers over there, that would actually be a pretty nice play. There must still be a lurker attacking, because Protoss units don't burn down like Terran buildings. Thankfully, since, you know, you can't repair them. That would be pretty silly. So it looks like the lurkers have been pushed out. Muta's now flying in here. We haven't seen too many Corsairs made, despite double Stargates, so I'm jumping onto these Reavers and the shuttle pretty quickly. I think he's actually going to be able to kill these 2 off. So, and the lurkers get dropped out, get some more probe kills. Honestly, Starboy is kind of working Kingdom. Considering the positions, like, this game shouldn't be remotely close right now, but Kingdom is kind of just not responding. He's lost a lot. He's double dropping here. Okay, so this is something. He's getting the 3rd base kill in response, but there's just no reason to be losing bases in this position. He's so far ahead that, you know, like, just building Corsairs. Imagine if he had 8 Corsairs with +1 flying around. How much worse would these mutas and drops be? They just wouldn't be an option. Now 2 mutas are probably going to be able to kill off at least one of these shuttles. Or not. The Scourge do come in, and they're on top. They both go down, so 2 shuttles worth of Reavers for the base, and some Scourge is the end result there. Now, able to pull these Scourge into the cannon fire, that's a nice move from Kingdom. So many Reavers. Yeah, he's got 4 robo, so he can produce a lot of Reavers. Like, he's got the buildings for it. It's just a ton of resources. I'm not sure how he's even affording this. Now, trying to attack this base here. And the mutas are able to absorb the fire from the cannons, and the lurkers do get burrowed. Kingdom kind of responding. He's going to lose some probes here. Actually loses a pretty decent number of probes. He can remake those, though. I think that's going to be a big deal for him. More just annoying, and still probably a decent trade. Now, this 4th is scouted by a muta that immediately dies. So, Starboy knows now, but what can he do about it? I was talking about how some cannons are really just going to be probably too much for him to assault in this position. Kind of funny that the probe walked in front of that Scarab, actually glitched it, or not glitched it, but blocked it from hitting the lurker, so that's kind of funny. Tried to go around, but just couldn't make it. A lot of Hydras moving out from Starboy. He is definitely reinforcing this position and basically does have a pretty strong contain on this area. Now, Reavers are very good at breaking this sort of contain, though, and that is basically what Kingdom is putting all his resources into, so I think he can break out of that if he wants to. If he does, he probably needs to start building some Dragoons. Dragoon Reaver would just demolish that. A big drop is going to go down in the 4th, though, so we'll see what he can get done. I imagine it will be taken out with this many overloads coming in, and again, we're just seeing Kingdom get super punished for not having a big Corsair fleet. He's so far ahead, but a big drop of Reavers in response, and Reavers versus Hydras did not go very well for the Hydras. Again, I've played enough Brood War campaign to know how that fight works out. So Kingdom actually does save this base, and now chasing the Overlords out. I think all the mutas are dead, so those Corsairs should be able to just chase them down as far as they can, but only 2 of them, probably not even going to kill. Well, it doesn't even look like he's going to kill 1. And now the Corsairs just die from his Hydras, so yeah, pretty silly mistake there from Kingdom, kind of just forgetting that his units can be shot. So, still 4 base, and now, yeah, against 3. So we still have Kingdom up in bases. So he's got a better economy and a nice drop here in the main. I think he killed a ton of these probes. Muta's coming in to finish off these Reavers. Man, I just wish he'd have some Corsairs, man. 2 Stargates, make some goddamn Corsairs. Anyway, all of these will get cleaned up, so at the end of the day, I don't know if this is even really worth it. If he kills this layer, probably worth it, but it's not even getting focused, so instead of killing anything, the Reavers were just allowed to shoot whatever they want and kill nothing. Why not run? I actually didn't realize Kingdom had shuttle speed. I think he could have gotten at least 2 of those out with some Reavers in them. Some more wasted Corsairs there from Kingdom, unfortunately for him. Now the shuttles did get away, so that's something. Oh, one of them gets picked off. I'm guessing there were a couple Reavers in there, so kind of painful for Kingdom to lose those. Yeah, looks like there's some troops moving up to the top here. A Hydra attack. I think that the top middle base is you can't run to it. Oh, but the Hydras catch these shuttles, and I think a couple of them probably went down there. That shuttle also dying, I believe, with its contents. Looks like 1 shuttle lived, so 1 died.
강도경 선수의 모습을 보고 계십니다.
이 강도경 선수가 이 박용
He looks unimpressed.
아낀다고 하네요. 같은 팀이고요.
그렇죠. 예.
Look, it's an old game, okay? It's not going to be super high quality. Templar's starting to pop out now for Kingdom. Oh, poor Corsair. He has lost so many Corsairs this game. Actually, not even that true. It's just all of the Corsairs he has made, he's lost, so... Probably only made like 10 Corsairs, but consistently losing them is pretty hurtful, even if you only make 10. Now, looks like Kingdom's actually getting close to mining out these bases. He might need to expand again soon. And really losing a lot of these units without too much value. Corsairs looking for overlords, I think. Maybe for mutas they can fight, but only 4 Corsairs. Not going to have a fun time fighting mutas quite yet. Kind of need more than that to really take nice fights against mutas. No, I mean, Kingdom does have some pretty decent bank going on here, so he's not going to be running out of money anytime soon. Does have a good probe count too, but honestly a pretty good supply for Starboy here now. Really shouldn't be that high. I really don't think we should even be in this game anymore. Kingdom should have won a long time ago. 4 Robo is like, that's pretty wild. I've never seen that before. It'd probably be better to make 2 Robos, but like consistently produce out of them and then also make Corsairs. But yeah, that's fine. A bunch more Reavers are done here. Looks like 6 on screen surrounding those. Only one of the Stargates actually producing. One thing we notice here is just still no Dragoons. I think Kingdom's plan is basically just to drop Reavers and win that way. So might not really see any gateway units this game. Imagine they have no upgrades, so at this point, in order to build them and really get a lot of use out of them, he might need a second forge and then just pump upgrades, at least until, I mean, you gotta get some upgrades if you're gonna be using gateway units. They are not that great without them. You want to be able to like 2-shot the Lings and stuff. Now, we do see a decent Corsair fleet here finally from Kingdom, so that's good for him. If you're going to be using a lot of Reavers like this, you definitely want something to shoot air units with them. And ooh, this looks like a good storm drop. Actually stormed the Hydras, which works out decently well. Second storm more or less whiffing, but that third storm on the drones only actually kills a couple of them, so a lot of those drones must be pretty red. Ultimately, not a horrible drop. I think he actually did pick out one of those High Templar and fly out. So 1 High Templar for some Hydras and a couple of drones is not so bad. You see more High Templar being produced for Kingdom. It's kind of turning into a bit of a dragged out game. Hive on the way. Man, I would love to see a redrop at the main, honestly. It's so low. Killing the Hive off right now would actually be pretty big. And these units do run into some Hydras, but I guess there's probably no disruption web. I think you would be able to get out in time. Muta's flying in, trying to take a fight here, but the Corsairs just turn around, and now all the Reavers are out, absolutely mutilating this ground army, and the Corsairs are in high enough number that the Mutas cannot fight. A nice storm there to finish off those Mutas. This base is definitely going to die. So many Reavers and Corsairs left behind. And I think Kingdom might be turning the corner finally. Two nice storms on those Hydras, does get a few kills, and the Templar run back as well. Hatchery is dead now, so that's Starboy reset back to, well, it looks like he's at 4 bases now. So even with Kingdom, I would love to see Kingdom get another base soon, but honestly, this drop might just end the game anyway. More Reaver, Corsair are going to be flying into this base, and it is almost certainly dead as well. These poor Hydras hatching just to die. And some Lynx coming in, but man, it's just not going to be good against these Reavers. And now this base looks pretty much dead. So really, you know, Starboy's going to be down to 1 base here. The main looked basically mined out. I'm not sure if he's even got drones there mining anymore. The hatchery does die. Kind of funny, but we've had this little area in the middle of the map where Starboy has been trying to contain Kingdom, but Kingdom just doesn't care. He's like, I shuttles and Corsairs, like, they just, I'll go around. And ultimately, it was an investment that really just hasn't paid off for Starboy. It's like that base he's trying to sneak up on the top right was just scouted, so I imagine Kingdom is going to be sending his forces over there to deny it. A couple Hydras trying to pick something off as they fly past, but not going to work out, and the Corsairs actually find some units. Now they do need to run from these Hydras. Kingdom, please, look at your fucking units! Okay, hatchery is cancelled. And only one of those Corsairs died, so not too bad for Kingdom. Definitely could have went a lot worse than that. Maybe a Greater Spire done. I'm not even sure. I guess Devourer makes some sense. There's a lot of air units here. I don't know. Broodlord could be the way to go. I'm not sure. We're gonna see what his plan is. I could see trying to like push with the Broodlords. What are those things? Is it Broodlords? It's been a while. I think they're called Guardian. There we go. Broodlord's the StarCraft 2 version. Man, I played a lot of I did a lot more casting for StarCraft 2, so it's kind of still in me. That storm was really nice, killing off 3 of those mutas there. Hydra's trying to push into this position, but Reavers and Templar do really well against them. Now, it does look like there's just enough Zerg here to push through, but yeah, looks like all the Hydras, no, not all gonna die. And, oh my god, those Hydras actually blocked the Templar from farming into an Archon, and I guess they just decided not to eventually. So this base is going to be denied. Probably just needs to cancel this. You might as well get your 300 minerals back, and does end up canceling it. So he's going to stay on 4 base. We're really going to be moving into a super low econ game here. And that was a lot of stuff that Kingdom just lost over at this base, so we'll see what he's got left in the tank. I'm not sure what he's working with as far as units already. This base, yeah, that base is still pretty healthy. It looks like it had all its patches still, and decent mining going on there, so gonna have an econ for a little while still, able to make some more units, but Kingdom's really drying up everywhere else. I think that might be his last mining base. There's a couple patches that still have a little bit in his main, but not much. Look at all these shuttles, though. I'm not sure how many of those actually have units in them. Maybe overproducing shuttles a little bit here. This is looking like a modern PVT almost. He's going shuttle man. Except no gateway units. Definitely see a lot more gateway units in PVT nowadays. So Starboy is going to be mining longer. Nice catch here, all these overlords. It's pretty annoying at this point. Very low econ game is what we're moving towards. So killing overlords is pretty relevant. It's like more than going down here. It might even be supply blocking Starboy with all these overlords. Kelving's probably killed 5 or 6, but the Scourge are coming in. End up killing, I think, 1 Corsair for 6 Scourge. So not awful, but not really what you're looking for. And now the shuttle army is here, dropping in the main. Looks like Starboy is about to lose all his tech. He's definitely going to lose his hive if there is any focusing. And Starboy calls GG. So Kingdom does end up winning this kind of weird game. Bit of a spicy one, I guess. But kind of odd. I think Kingdom should have won that game way earlier. And just kind of threw his units away a little frivolously in the mid game. But he does end up managing to take it. That 4-base economy was very strong. And so he will win that one. I think that puts him at 1 and 2 in the group. I can't remember. It's been a while. Either way, I do hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope you tune in for the next one. Have a good day.